Today we continue Ariyavasa Sutta. First we have to recite Ariyavasa Sutta Pali. Can you follow me? Dasa ime bhagave Ariyavasa. Yeriya Awasensuwa Awasandiwa Awasaisandiwa Kadame Dasa Ida Bekwe Beku Pinjinga Webino Hodi Chalinga Samanagato Ekareko Chadura Basino Panona Vijega Sijo Samawaya Satisano Anawila Singapore Pasada Gaya Singaro Suimoda Jada Suimoda Binya. We recite together. Dasa ime bhagave Ariyavasa Yeriya Awasensuwa Awasandiwa Awasaisandiwa Kadame Dasa Ida Bhagave Bhikkhu Pinjinga Webino Hodi Chalinga Samanagada Ekareka Chadura Basina Panona Vijega Sija Samawaya Satisana Anawila Singapore Pasada Gaya Singara Suimoda Jada Suimoda Binya. Masisero aphorism, can you follow me? To abandon the five factors, to be fulfilled with the six factors, and one protection, to depend on the four supports, and to dispel personal truths, to be free from searching, to have pure thoughts, to calm the in and out breath, to have a well-liberated mind, and well-liberated wisdom. The fully enlightened Buddha expounded the 10 features of Ariyavasa. So Buddha expounded 10 features of Ariyavasa. Number 1 is Pinjinga Vipino. Regarding this, Buddha asked this question: Katinja Bhikkhve Bhikkhu Pinjinga Vipino Hodi. Bhikkhus, how has a bhikkhu practitioner abandoned five factors? And Buddha answered, Ida bhikkhve bhikkhuno kamichano bhino hoti vyavado bhino hoti Tinamidan bhina hoti Odija gogojan bhina hoti Vijigeja bhina hoti. Here, a bhikkhu practitioner has abandoned sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and remorse, and skeptical doubt. It is in this way that a bhikkhu practitioner has abandoned 5 factors. So 5 mental hindrances have to be abandoned. Today we continue the last one, Vichikicca, doubt. Doubt here signifies spiritual doubt from a Buddhist perspective. The inability to place confidence in the true Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, and the training. Training means training of sila, morality, training of samadhi, concentration, and training of pinya, wisdom. Also, it is doubt about khanda, aggregates, ayatana, bases, dhatu, elements, both in the past and the future. It is also doubt about the teaching of Paticcasamuppada, dependent origination. The characteristic of doubt is doubting, and the function is to waver. When there is doubt, you waver, you cannot choose, you are not sure. It is manifested as indecisiveness and as taking various sides. If you cannot decide which is correct, it is like when you are at a crossroad, you do not know which way is correct, which way to take. You do not know. And the proximate cause is unwise attention. Sometimes you are at a crossroad, you are not sure whether to turn left or to turn right. That doubt is not akusala doubt, unwholesome doubt. It is just lack of understanding. Even arahants can have such doubt. Sometimes even they don't know if a particular action is allowable or not allowable. They don't know. If they are not well versed in Vinaya discipline. So not every doubt is Vichikicca. In a Buddhist perspective, it is doubt about the Buddha, doubt about the Dhamma, doubt about the Sangha. If you have doubt about the Buddha, whether there is a Buddha at all, whether Buddha really possesses omniscience, Savinyutta, whether the Buddha was really enlightened, Sammasambuddha, this kind of thinking is called doubt. And this doubt is described in Visuddhimagga and Attasalini as doing harm to the practice. And Buddha said, when doubt is present in practitioner, he knows there is doubt in me, or when doubt is absent in him, he knows there is no doubt in me. There may be doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Triple Gem, about the practice, and about the topic of meditation. All these things can become subject to doubt. What are the causes for arising or doubt? The causes for arising or doubt are unwise reflection on things that can cause doubt or doubt itself. And what are the abandoning of doubt? What are the causes for abandoning of doubt? Causes for abandoning of doubt are wise reflection on things that are wholesome and healthy. With wrong reflection, you may have doubt about the Buddha, Sangha, and the teaching. When you have wise reflection, you won't have these doubts. So, when doubt arises in you, yogis must be aware of them. You note directly doubt, doubt, doubt. When you take note of them, after 3 or 4 times of noting, they will disappear. So when they disappear, you note their disappearance, saying to yourself, disappearing, disappearing, disappearing. When doubt can be eradicated, when you reach the first stage of sainthood, when you become Sotapanna, doubt is altogether eradicated. And you know that doubt have eradicated, or you have eradicated doubt altogether, because you see the Dhamma clearly and no doubt about the Triple Gem and Dhamma, etc. There are 6 ways outside of Vipassana that can lead to the abandonment of doubt. The first is becoming learned in the Buddha teaching. You have to try to become knowledgeable of the Buddha teaching. The second is inquiring about the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. You can ask question about the Triple Gem when you have doubt. You will be doing the right thing by asking question. When you have doubt, you ask question and you can remove the doubt. The third way is understanding the disciplinary rules. This way is for bhikkhus, monks. When you understand the rules, then you know that what to do and you know what not to do, so you have no doubt. And the fourth way is being decided about the truth of the Triple Gem. That means developing Saddha faith, well founded on understanding of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And the fifth way is having a good friend, Kalyana Maita. Have a good friends who has this kinds of confidence, who have this kinds of faith in the Triple Gem. The sixth way is using suitable talk about the disadvantages of doubt, and talk about the advantages of disappearance of doubt. When you practice meditation and doubts come to you, and they may come to anyone, just make these doubts the object of your meditation. So you have to know doubt, especially when you doubt the efficacy of this method. When doubts come up, just make them the object of your meditation, noting doubt until they disappears. So you have no doubt about the efficacy of this Satipatthana method. According to Satipatthana method, you practicing very seriously. Atapi Sambhajano Satima. You make effort, Atapi, so you have mindfulness. You have mindfulness, Satima, so you have concentration, Samadhi, and concentration leads to Sambhajana, clear comprehension. So practitioner dwells contemplating the body in the body. You practice the foundations of mindfulness on your body, being ardent, making true effort, be mindful and being thoroughly aware of the object, and having concentration and clear comprehension. So you have no doubt about the practice and you practice accordingly. Atapi Sambhajano Satima Vineya Loke Beja Domanasam. Vineya Loke Beja Domanasam. Overcoming covetousness and grief in the world. Vineya Loke Beja Domanasam, that means avoiding craving or attachment or anger or ill will concerning the Upadana Khanda you are observing. So in the world, Loke, in the world, that means in the worlds of Rupa, body, in the worlds of Vedana, feeling, in the worlds of Sinya, perception, in the worlds of Sankara, volitional activities, in the worlds of Vijnana, consciousness, concerning that Upadana Khanda, 5 aggregates of clinging. So we see one object and we can be attached to that object. If we come to the conclusion that it is beautiful or it is good, we will be attached to it, and we can have anger or hatred, etc. towards that object if we decided it was ugly or disgusting. So these mental defilements can come into our minds when we experience something. In order to prevent them from arising, we need to make some protection. And that protection is mindfulness, satima. When we are mindful, mental defilements will not get a chance to get into our minds. When we are mindful, when we comprehend clearly, when we see the objects clearly, we know that these objects come and go. These objects are impermanent, and so not to be attached to them. So practitioner can avoid abhijja and domanassa, covetousness or attachment, grief or hatred regarding that object by the practice of mindfulness. You have no doubt about the practice, this method, and you practice with confidence, so you can remove this lobha and dosa. Whether we say overcoming or removing or whatever, actually we are avoiding mental defilements from arising. We are preventing these kilesa from arising. Not that mental defilements have come and then we overcome them, or we remove them after they have come. The meaning really is preventing abhijja and domanassa, preventing kilesa, preventing covetousness and grief from arising in our minds. If we do not practice mindfulness on the object, mental defilements will surely come, either covetousness or grief, or attachment or hatred. These mental states can come, but by the practice of mindfulness, yogis can prevent them. Yogi can prevent mental defilements from coming. Preventing them from arising in our mind is what is meant by overcoming them. But if defilements have arisen, of course, we should make them object of our attention to eliminate them. Vinaya loge beja dominasan. When Buddha said overcoming covetousness and grief in the world, he meant that a practitioner is able to avoid covetousness and grief from arising with regard to that object which he or she is observing. Here, abeja, covetousness means all kinds of attachment, greed, lust, and other similar mental states. And domanassa, grief, means not just grief, but anger, hatred, depression, sorrow, all are included in grief. There are three roots of unwholesomeness, akusala, and they are attachment, anger, and ignorance, lobha, dosa, and moha. Three roots of unwholesomeness. Among these three roots of unwholesomeness, two unwholesomeness are mentioned here. Abeja, covetousness, is actually the first one, which is lobha or attachment. And the second one is dosa, anger. So by covetousness, we mean all shades of lobha, and by grief, we mean all shades of dosa. Moha, ignorance, is not included here because moha, ignorance, is very difficult to prevent. Ignorance is very difficult to eradicate. So moha, ignorance, is not included here. So in this sentence, we must understand that a monk, a practitioner, practice kaya nupassana, body contemplation, making effort, applying mindfulness, getting concentration, and clearly comprehending. And at the same time, he or she is able to avoid covetousness and grief from arising. And it is the same with regard to feeling. You are contemplating the feeling in the feeling. The same with regard to citta. You contemplating the consciousness in the consciousness. Is same with regard to dhamma nupassana. You are contemplating the dhamma in the dhamma object. So the commentary said that the statement overcoming covetousness and grief, vinaya loge beja domanassa, refers to the overcoming of all the 5 mental hindrances: kamachanda, sensual desire, evil, sloth and trouble, restlessness and worry, and doubt. It refers to the overcoming of these 5 mental hindrances because kamachanda, covetousness, and vyavada, grief, that are the strongest of the 5 hindrances are mentioned. We must understand that the other hindrances are also mentioned. You are practicing the 4 foundations of mindfulness, 4 kinds of setting up of mindfulness. You are practicing with confidence. There are four because there are four kinds of objects. Kaya Nupassana, contemplations of body. Sometimes body does not mean the whole physical body, but a group of some material properties. Breathing is also called the body, kaya, and different parts of the body, hairs of the body, nail, teeth, skin, urine, feces, etc. are also called the body. By the word body, we must understand anything that is associated with the body. And with an anupassana, contemplating of feeling. Feeling is a mental state. Now we have pain, here physical pain, and we experience that physical pain with our mind. In our mind, there is a mental state called feeling. Since it is physical pain, the mental feeling is the painful feeling. When Buddha said, a monk practitioner contemplates feeling in the feeling, he means the practitioner is contemplating on that mental state and not necessarily on the pain there. In practice, when we have pain, we have to concentrate on the pain and be mindful of it because that is practical. But actually, when we are making notes as pain, 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 we are really making notes of the mental state that feels the pain in our body. So now you are contemplating three kinds of feeling, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, and neutral feeling. You are contemplating with confidence. You are contemplating diligently. A Chaitanya contemplation of consciousness, it is usually translated as mind, but consciousness is a better translation. The Pali word is Chaita. This means consciousness. In Buddhist psychology, mind is composed of four things. So what we call mind is a group of or combination of four things. Sometimes there may be confusion regarding these terms, mind and consciousness. Let's say mind is composed of two things. First, consciousness and mental factors, citta and cetasika. Consciousness is defined as the awareness of an object. Here, awareness is not like awareness in the practice of meditation. It is just mere awareness. It is like I'm aware of someone there. I'm aware of someone at the side, although I am looking in front. That kind of awareness is called consciousness. At least it is called consciousness in Abhidhamma. So we need to understand that although we use the word consciousness for the word Chaita, it is not an exact translation of the word. Consciousness is defined as mental state, which is the awareness of the object. Only when there is awareness of the object, there can be contact with the object. There can be the feeling of the object, liking of the object, disliking of the object, and so on. So these mental states, contact, feeling, like, dislike, etc., are subordinate to consciousness. But they are also components of the mind. So mind is first divided into two, consciousness and mental factors. Contact, feeling, perception, attention, liking, disliking, and so on are all called mental factors, Cetasika. According to Abhidhamma, there are 52 mental states, and these 52 are grouped into three: Vedana, feeling, Sanya, perception, and mental formation, Sankhara. So when we add consciousness, Vijnana, these three we get 4 kinds of mental states. So it is amazing that fully enlightened Buddha could define and differentiate each of these mental states that arise simultaneously, taking the same object. When we practice meditation, we say sorry, sorry, or we note sorry, sorry. That means we have a consciousness accompanied by sorrow or something like that. It could be contemplations of consciousness when we note angry, angry. I'm doing contemplations of consciousness accompanied by anger. And Dhammanupassana, contemplations of Dhamma. This Dhamma Pali was is most difficult to translate, or that cannot be translated adequately. This what Dhamma means, different things of different things in different contexts. We cannot translate the word Dhamma with just one English word. If we do, we will be wrong. Here, Dhamma simply means the objects that are 5 mental hindrances, Nivarana, 5 aggregates, Pinchakanda, 12 bases, Ayatana, and the 7 factors of enlightenment, Satta Bhujanga, and 4 noble truths, Ariyavasa. They are called Dhamma in this discourse. So we cannot translate this word Dhamma Mostly it is translated as mind object or mental object, but each of these translations are not satisfactory. So it is better to keep the word Dhamma untranslated to avoid confusion. Dwelling on Dhamma objects, if you concentrate on anger, then you are doing contemplations of the Dhamma. Here, Dhamma does not mean the teaching, Dhamma does not mean discourse or other things. If you see something, you are mindful of seeing, you are doing Dhammanupassana, you are doing Dhamma object contemplation. If you hear something, you are mindful of that hearing, then you are doing Dhammanupassana, you are doing Dhamma object contemplation, etc. So the Dhamma object contemplation is very wide and includes mental hindrances, aggregates, bases, factors of enlightenment, and the Four Noble Truths. If we translate it as mind object and we take it to mean mind as object, then some objects that fall under this contemplation are not mind. So if we translate it as mental object, then everything is object of mind. Body is also object of mind. Since we cannot get a satisfactory and adequate translation, it is better to leave Dhamma untranslated. So with confidence, you are practicing these four foundations of mindfulness choicelessly. And so you are really practicing. So when you are really practicing, do not try to find out which Nupassana you are doing, Kaya Nupassana or Dhamma Nupassana or Citta Nupassana, etc. If you try to find out which one you are doing, there may arise distraction. As a practitioner of Vipassana, you have to take what is there at the present moment. Do not try to find out whether it is the body, or it is the feeling, or it is the consciousness, or it is the Dhamma. Do not try to find out. Whatever there is, your duty is to be mindful of that object, so you do not have covetousness and grief regarding that object. In order not to have covetousness and grief, you have to be mindful. You have no time to find out whether it is consciousness or Dhamma or other things. When you practice Vipassana meditation, you practice all these four foundations of mindfulness as they come along. So long as you are mindful of the object at the present moment, you are doing fine, your meditation is good. What is not good? is when you are carried away by your thoughts and forget about meditation for some second, or you forget about meditation for some minutes. That is not good. But so long as you are mindful, you are doing the right things, your meditation is going well, don't have any doubt. So we have to encourage the yogis all the time. So long as you are mindful, you are doing the right things, surely progress. Sometimes yogis think that if they do not concentrate on the main object, if they do not concentrate on the primary object, they are not doing meditation, they think. Sometimes yogis say, oh, we have to spend time, we have to waste our time noting the mind going here and there. They say. And they say we do not have much time to concentrate on the main object. Whether you are aware of the main object or secondary object, so long as you are mindful at the moment, you are doing fine. Don't have any doubt. You are meditating and you are practicing vipassana. What is important in vipassana meditation is first, to be mindful of the object at the present moment. Sometimes you may miss to be mindful and then by becoming aware of that you have missed, that missing also becomes the object of your meditation. So you have to say to yourself, missing, or something like that before you go back to your home object. So there should be mindfulness always, mindfulness here, mindfulness there, and if you can keep mindfulness intense, then you will make rapid progress and you will begin to see the true nature of Nama and Rupa, psychophysical process. That is, you will begin to see these phenomena arising and disappearing. When you see the arising and disappearing of these phenomena, you also see that they are impermanent. When you see they are impermanent, you also see their suffering nature. You also see the non-self nature. You also see that you have no control over these phenomena. You are watching all the time, you understand very well, and you also see these Namarupa arise and disappear at their own free will. So when you see them, you are said to see the three general characteristics of all conditioned phenomena. Seeing of these three general characteristics of all conditioned phenomena is the essence of vipassana. If you practice vipassana, if you practice satipatthana, you must see these three characteristics. Because the word vipassana means seeing in different ways and see in different way means seen in the light of impermanence, see in the light of suffering, and is seen in the light of non-self. So what is important in Vipassana is to see these three characteristics. And in order to see these three characteristics, we need to observe, we need to watch, and we need to pay attention to the objects at the present moment. So in order to pay attention to the object at the present moment, with confidence, you follow the instruction very properly. You are making effort, atapi, because you understand without effort, nothing worthwhile can be achieved. That is why Buddha said, atapi sambhajano satima, ardent, clearly comprehending and mindful. When you can fulfill these conditions, being ardent, atapi, sambhajano, clearly comprehending, satima, mindful, and you have concentration, you will be able to overcome covetousness and grief. You will be able to overcome abhijja and domanassa or lobha and dosa regarding the objects you observe. So skeptical doubt is like a crossroad. You are removing the doubt with confidence in the practice. Your practice is successful because what? Because when you encounter doubt, you remove the doubt immediately, and then you see the true nature of this phenomena. So we have to recite the abandoning of the 5 factors, hindrances. Look at your paper. Abandoning the 5 factors. Can you follow me? Sensual desire is like a debt. Discard it immediately. Sensual desire is like a debt. Discard it immediately. Anger is like a disease. Suppress it and cut it off. Anger is like a disease. Suppress it and cut it off. Sloth and torpor are a prison. Note and know to get rid of them. Sloth and torpor are a prison. Note and know to get rid of them. Restlessness and worry enslave you. Overcome them quickly. Restlessness and worry enslave you. Overcome them quickly. Skeptical doubt is like a crossroad. Remove it when you encounter it. Skeptical doubt is like a crossroad. Remove it when you encounter it. So we have to stop our discourse for today. We will continue next time. May you practice this Ariyavasa Dhamma properly May you practice Vipassana meditation, Satipatthana meditation diligently by practicing rising, falling, sitting, touching, seeing, hearing, continuously and meticulously. May you dwell in this Ariyavasa, the abode of noble ones, gracefully. May you all liberated from suffering. May you all practitioner realize the real peace in the very near future. So, we have to recite Masatipatthana Udesa Pali. Ekayano ayam bhikkhave Mego sadanam Visuddhiyam Sogabari devanam Samadegamaya Dogadomanasana Atingamaya Yayasa Adigamaya Nibbanasa Sajigiriyaya Yadidam Jadaro Sadivatana Kadame Jadaro Ida Bhikkhave Bhikkhu Kaye Kayanubasi Viharati Adabi Sambhajano Satima Vineya Loge Abhija Domanasam Vedanasu Vedananubasi Viharati Adabi Sambhajano Satima Vineya Loge Abhija Domanasam Chete Chetanubasi Viharati Adabi Sambhajano Satima Vineya Ke Abhija Domanasam Dhammesu Dhammanubasi Viharati Adabi Sambhajano Satima Vineya Loke Abhija Domanasa. English translation. This is the only way, bhikkhus, for the purifications of beings, for the overcoming of sorrow and lamentation, pain and grief, for reaching the noble path, for the realizations of Nibbana, namely the four foundations of mindfulness. For here in this teaching, bhikkhus, Bhikkhu dwells contemplating the body, ardent, clearly comprehending and mindful, removing desire and discontent in the world. Dwells contemplating the feeling, ardent, clearly comprehending and mindful, removing desire and discontent in the world. Ardent, clearly comprehending and mindful, removing desire and discontent in the world. Contemplating the Dhamma in the Dhammas, ardent, clearly comprehending and mindful, removing desire and discontent in the world. Honoring and sharing merits. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipadiya Bodham Bujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipadiya Dhammam Bujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipadiya Sangham Bujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipadiya Mata Bidara Ujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipadiya Acariye Bujemi Adaimaya Patibadaya Jaramaranama Parimojayasami Dame Bonya Asawakaya Waha Hodu Dame Silam Megabhalanya Nasa Pacaya Hodu Imano Punya Bhagam Sabha Sadhana Dima Sabbe Saddha Sukhida Hondu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu